Good morning, departure Vision Jet 379, Juliet Mike 1.5 for 3,000 and the turn to 090.
379 Juliet Mike, turn right heading 140.
Right turn 140, Juliet Mike.
379 Juliet Mike, turn right heading 180.
Right turn 180, Juliet Mike. Clear for takeoff, runway 19, 379 Juliet Mike.
Jet 32 November Sierra, Johnson ground, good morning. Cleared at Alpha X-Ray Victor Airport via the Johnson 1 departure, then as fouled. Maintain 3,000. Expect flight level 310, 10 minutes after. Departure frequency is 119.35 and squawk 1525.
We're at 32 number Sierra, cleared to Alpha X-Ray Victor via the Johnson 1 departure, then as filed 3,000, 310 and 10, 119.35 for departure, and we'll squawk 1525, 32 number Sierra.
Jet 2 November Sierra, readback is correct.
John 2 ground, Vision Jet 32 number Sierra with information K-back. We're going to taxi towards spot 2 for runway 20.
Jet 2 November Sierra, Roger, runway 20, taxi via Romeo 2 Alpha.
Runway 20, Romeo 2 Alpha, 32 number Sierra. All right, everybody, thanks a lot for coming along in this video. In this video today, we're departing John C. Toon Airport a little later than planned. I'll explain when we get airborne. So we're taxiing to runway 20 in Nashville, Tennessee today, and we're on our way up to the Dayton, Ohio area. Actually, Neil Armstrong Airport, which is north of Dayton, due north of Dayton. It's a non-towered airport. We were actually supposed to take off about just over an hour ago, but we held off the departure due to low ceiling conditions up there in Ohio. So it just made better sense to stay on the ground in Nashville and take off a little later. So hopefully that'll work out when we get there. The conditions will improve, and we'll be able to get in there without any problems at all. An interesting situation occurred this morning as I went over to the Contour Aviation Building, which is the
Jet 2 November Sierra, Johnson ground.
Go ahead.
Jet 2 November Sierra, change your squawk to 1635, please.
1635, 32 number Sierra. And I had, again, some time to kill, and I was going to grab some water bottles and stuff like that. But
327 Papa Delta John Toon Tower. Good morning. Report.
So while I was standing there, actually the FBO manager from the Neil Armstrong Airport called, and they called Contour, and they said, want to let you know that if you can locate the pilot for the 32 November Sierra, let them know that the fuel farm is non-operative today up there. That's a big deal because we have about a 300 nautical mile trip, and normally what we do is take minimum fuel and then grab fuel at each one of the stops along the way. In this particular case, I wanted to do a quick turn up in Ohio to get the client back home as soon as possible. So I decided to get a full fuel load here in Nashville anyway. So it worked out all right. I don't need the fuel farm up there, hopefully. But if we would have taken off earlier this morning at our original departure time, we'd have probably got stuck in holding, and we'd have burned a considerable amount of fuel for an hour before being able to actually make our landing up there in Ohio. So in that case, we would have needed fuel. And of course, if we'd have left earlier, I would not have been made aware of the fuel farm not being operative up there. So we'd have landed up in Ohio without the ability to grab fuel. So that would have been a less than desirable situation. Pretty country up there. Somewhat near Midwest Corporate Air, which is that accelerated flight training school up there in Bell Fountain, Ohio. But in any case, going up to Neil Armstrong today, picking up 5 passengers. So there'll be 6 of us heading back. And the next leg will be into Greenville Downtown Airport in South Carolina, dropping off 3 passengers there and continuing on with 2 passengers back to Nashville this afternoon. So appreciate you guys coming along in this video, and we'll talk to you airborne. All right, caps altitude's 1100.
Jet 2, November Sierra, flight runway heading, maintain 3000, runway 20, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 20, runway heading 3000, 32 number Sierra.
Station 7, Papa Delta, continue this frequency.
All right,
Alpha
our
Romeo
MCT altitude is going to be 1500 or so. We have radar altimeter, so we'll check those. Altitudes above ground, and then of course return 2500. All right, runway 20. All right, take out power set and achieved. Runway center line. Airspeed alive. Probe heat on. Timer started.
Airport 3, John Tune, ground, good morning.
Rotate. Positive rate, tap the brakes. Gear coming up.
Airport 3, proceed Romeo 2, north on Alpha. Jet 2, November Sierra, contact Nashville departure.
Oh, departure, have a great day. 32, November Sierra. All right, caps available.
Air 4 Charlie Fox, I've got nobody in your way, so descend and navigate as you need to set up for 20, advise, and you get Johnson in sight.
With that descent and or we got the feeling that 17 for Charlie Fox.
Air 4 Charlie Fox, good talking to you. Squawk VFR, contact Johnson, tower 119.45 today.
119.45, we'll talk to you in a little bit, thank you. 17 for Charlie Fox.
November 1925, airport in sight, sir.
1925, cleared visual approach runway 20.
Cleared the visual 20, 1925.
Clear 925, sorry, runway 20 left. Cleared visual 20 left, contact tower 118.6.
2 short left and now 118.6, 1925.
Good morning, departure, Vision Jet. 32 number Sierra, we're 2.1, climbing to 3000, where am I heading?
We're 32 number Sierra, Nash departure, ident, climb, maintain 15,000.
Up to 15,000, 32 number Sierra.
1716, contact Memphis Center, 125.85 today.
125.85, United 1716.
Air 2 River Sierra, radar contact, 4 miles south, Johnson Airport, turn right, heading 270.
That's us, right turn 270, 32 number Sierra. 270 on the heading. Clear. Alrighty. Coming up on 270 heading.
Air 2 November Sierra, turn right, heading 030.
Right turn 030, 32 number Sierra. 030 showing. There. Nice standard rate turn. Alrighty. Looks good. Come up on 5,000 feet now, going up to 15,000. Turning right 2030 heading. Alright, there's our heading. We have winds from the left, so we'll take that into consideration. Alrighty. So there's two ways to adjust the pitch trim. In other words, the trim that dictates the pitch of the aircraft, either nose high or nose low. And you adjust the trim basically to alleviate excess flight control pressures on the side stick. And there's two ways to do it. There's a manual wheel here that you can make big changes if you like by spinning this forward or reverse. Spinning it reverse brings the nose up. Spinning it forward would bring the nose down. And then once you get it close to where you want it, you can make fine adjustments on a hat switch that's on the side stick. So that helps you to finally adjust the pitch trim. And of course, every time you adjust your airspeed, you're either going to gain or lose lift, which requires either more or less trim input. It looks pretty good.
32 Sierra, contact Memphis Center 133.85, yeah.
3385, have a great day. 32 number Sierra. Good morning, Memphis Center. Vision Jet, 32 number Sierra, we're 8.5, climbing on 15,000. 030 heading assigned.
32 November Sierra, Memphis Center, climb maintain, level 230.
We'll keep climbing at 230, 32 November Sierra.
Okay. Volunteer 3015,
right.
descend via the Ryman 2 arrival, then to the south, Nashville, altimeter 2998.
Descend via the Ryman 2, landed south, Nashville, altimeter 2998. Thank you, Volunteer 3015.
We're coming up on 10,000 feet. At 10,000 feet, we do cabin pressure check as a pilot technique. You really would not want to continue a climb past 10,000 feet if the aircraft was not making pressurization, of course. There's no immediate hazard, but you're certainly not going to fly into the flight levels without any pressurization. So good time to check that is about 10,000 feet. That's when you start seeing some indications of increasing cabin pressure. So we're at 10,000 feet now. We got our cabin differential pressure of 4.1, and that gives us a cabin altitude of 880 feet at 10,000 feet. So that's pretty good. As we look up further, everything looks good. Our tanks are fairly well balanced. I'll work on tank balancing a little bit later. We're burning off the left tank that has 143 gallons. Right tank has 136 gallons. Electrical stuff looks good, engine instruments look good, and we're continuing to climb, and we'll turn the landing light off. Next check will be at 18,000 feet. We'll do that check again one more time as we go into transition altitude at 18,000 feet. We're now passing through 11,000 feet. And still hand flying the departure here. Plane's nice and trimmed out. We're in flight level change or filch mode. That gives us a climb rate based upon an indicated airspeed of 165 knots. That's a standard profile. We took off today with a full load of fuel, so we're pretty close to max gross weight on takeoff. And according to the avionics, our aircraft weight is currently 5,763 pounds. Max gross takeoff weight is 6,000 pounds. So we took off a little bit lighter than max gross, but certainly unusually heavy for this type of flight. Again, less than 300 nautical miles, but
American 620 minutes.
We'll have plenty of fuel on landing when we get there. Right now, our fuel over destination is showing that we'll have 154 gallons at landing. Now, we really want to have about 190 to make our leg 2 destination. Now, for some reason, we have to burn fuel in holding or something like that. What we'll do is just pick a fuel stop destination during our second flight, and that will resolve that particular issue altogether. Ice protection is currently not required. Pending local altimeter.
Contact Indianapolis Center 121.17. Good day.
2117, Lima Tango. Good day.
Good day. American 1139. Contact Atlanta Center 133.17. Good day.
Now, as a result of this heavy aircraft, and let me check here, our ISA
November 129 Charlie Kilo, contact Atlanta Center 133.6 today.
plus 15C.
33.6, Charlie Kilo.
So
November 32 November Sierra, leaving 16,000. You're clear direct Neil Armstrong.
Out of 16,000 direct to that airport. Thanks, 32 November Sierra. All right. So as a combination of our current aircraft weight and the ISA of plus 15 is not super high. You know, I've definitely flown during summer months where ISA was much higher than that. But that combination is giving us a climb rate right now of about 1,000 feet a minute. Might be able to do a little better than that.
Allegiant 339, clear direct M&M.
Direct M&M, Allegiant 339.
Yeah, so now we're at like almost 1,300 feet per minute to climb. So looks good.
Bravo 5510's at 11,000 for 15,000.
All right, so look, hands off.
5510 minutes center climb maintain.
And she's staying pretty close to where she wants to be, so that's nicely trimmed. And that's exactly why I use either the manual pitch trim or the hat switch here to basically alleviate any of the control pressures that you might need to use during flight. Just makes it a little bit more comfortable and a little bit easier.
Volunteer 3015, contact Nashville approach 119.35.
1935, we'll see you, Volunteer 3015.
Alrighty.
November 188, Papa, contact
so
Indianapolis
now.
33.05.
3305, 188 Papa.
Going through 16,400 feet now. So we're going to go direct to the airport as allowed by ATC.
Southwest 5510, clear direct Beckley. Beckley, Southwest 5510.
Alrighty, still making about 1,000 feet per minute. So part of the automated flight control system of this aircraft is the Autopilot. And I've talked about this in previous videos, I'm sure, but I'll just highlight a few things. Clearly, use of the Autopilot is optional below 29,000 feet.
2112, no center climb maintain.
So you don't have to use the Autopilot until you get above 29,000 feet. Above 29,000 feet, you're in RVSM. And that is
Legion 3
going to require you to use Autopilot.
310.
And if Autopilot's inoperative, you cannot enter the RVSM zone. So you have to stay below 29,000 feet.
November 1, or correction, number 32 November Sierra, climb maintain, follow 310.
We'll climb maintain 310, 32 November Sierra. 310, coming up on transition. All right, at transition altitude, again, checking pressurization. We've got pressure differential of 5.9. We have a cabin altitude of, in other words, the atmospheric pressure inside this pressure vessel of this aircraft is at 2,900 feet.
Southwest 5510, climb maintain.
As we look at the fuel over destination, we're still in the climb. We're only at 18,600 feet, so we're at 186 gallons of fuel over destination. And again, as I mentioned, the target is we want to have at least 190 gallons when we land. That'll give us enough fuel to get to Greenville Downtown Airport and
Blue 181,
IFR reserve.
To arrival land in South Nashville, altimeter 2998.
So again, the Autopilot essentially has two modes. Obviously, provides the climb rate and steering. It also has auto throttle capability. If you turn it on right now, the auto throttle turned on. So it's basically climbing
Legion 339 contact Indianapolis Center.
maximum continuous thrust,
3467,
as it should.
Legion 339.
November 2180 Yankee, contact
The
Nashville,
Autopilot
approach 118.4.
has certain criteria in which it can be used. And so, say for instance you're departing an airport where the ceiling's really low, like you're departing right into low ceiling, 200 feet, 400 feet, something like that. You can engage the Autopilot if you're at least 400 feet above the ground. And sometimes there's some arguments made about activating the Autopilot that close to the ground. But the training that we receive in the Vision Jet type rating, clearly activating the Autopilot at 400 feet AGL under certain circumstances is a safe approach.
10.9, climbing 15.
And of course, at any point you want to disconnect the Autopilot, there's several different ways to do it. You can press the Autopilot disconnect button on the mode controller, such as this. Turn it back on. So now we're back on Autopilot, or you can deactivate it
Delta 2112
using the red button on the side stick.
32.05, good day.
And we'll just go back into that. And we'll change.
1482, climb maintain.
So the difference between those two deactivation methods is if you deactivate the Autopilot from the mode controller, it will deactivate the Autopilot portion, but it will leave your command bars on.
530 Memphis.
And then if you deactivate the Autopilot using the side stick red button, that turns off basically your flight director and the Autopilot altogether. It also deactivates any of the modes you may have set on the mode controller, whether it's heading, navigation, flight level change, vertical speed. Again, pressing the red button basically eliminates all that. And then so as soon as you go to put the aircraft back into Autopilot by activating the mode controller, you'll be in roll mode if you had used the red disconnect button, and then you have to reconfigure. Just press flight level change if you're in the climb, press navigation if you're going to a waypoint, and so forth like that. So that's the Autopilot. There's speeds in which the Autopilot can be used as well, minimum speeds. If you're in a clean configuration where the flaps are up, retracted, you can use the Autopilot at a minimum speed of 105 knots. If you have flaps 50, such as when you're on takeoff,
exit jet 530, turn 10 degrees to left, vectors around traffic.
Activate the Autopilot above 95 knots, indicated airspeed. And if you're in full flaps, then the minimum airspeed for flaps is, minimum airspeed for Autopilot with full flaps is
November Sierra,
85.
Contact Indianapolis Center 133.05, good day.
3305, 32 number Sierra, have a great one. Good morning, Indy Center, Vision Jet 32 number Sierra, we're flight level 230 for 310.
Vision Jet 32 November Sierra, Indy Center, roger.
All right, yeah, so that's when you can activate the automated flight control system. Autopilot is based upon an altitude, on your departures, etc.
Envoy 3888.
And also minimum airspeeds according to the configuration.
3471, 3888.
Now you might ask, well, there must be some minimums and limitations with respect to, say, landing, right? So yeah, on any visual approach, you want to deactivate the Autopilot at 1,000 feet AGL normally. And on instrument approaches, you should deactivate the Autopilot at either 400 feet AGL or published minimums, whichever is lower.
Southwest 3218, descend to maintain level 350.
To maintain 350.
All right, right now rechecking our fuel over destinations, showing us 195 gallons of fuel when we land, which is good. We're in the green zone. We're still in the climb. We're going through, we're just about to climb through 25,000 feet on our way up to flight level 310.
Direct Kansas City.
Direct Kansas City, American 1617.
Alrighty, well, I'll shut the cameras off for now and pick things up when we get closer to Neil Armstrong Airport. Thanks a lot for coming along.
This video is sponsored in part by SF50 Flight Support. Check out sf50flightsupport.com for more information. We make jet ownership better with comprehensive services for owners, pilots, and operators of SF50 Vision Jets.
All right, welcome back. Leveling off at flight level 310. We just leveled off at 157 knots of indicated airspeed. Let's see how fast we get going. It's 268 knots of true airspeed right now. We got 30 knots of a kind of a, I would say quartering tailwind.
Southwest 3311, same Mach number.
It's not helping us a lot.
Southwest 3311, same Mach number.
Mach 79, Southwest 3311.
Southwest 3311, roger, maintain Mach 0.79 or greater for traffic.
Maintain Mach 79 or greater, Southwest 3311.
All right,
Exact
so
749, same Mach number.
we filed with a true airspeed of 301 knots.
Mach 82.
301, so let's see if we get there.
Southwest 3311, can you give me an 80 or greater?
Yeah, stand by.
Southwest 3311, roger, maintain Mach 0.80 or greater for spacing, thank you.
80 or greater, Southwest 3311.
Exact 749,
Looks like
do not
American
exceed Mach
Airlines
0.80.
passing us, 1,000 feet above.
Exact 749. 97 United 312, 350.
That's 312, Innocent, roger.
Right.
Some occasional line chapter, clear direct Zeppelin.
Direct Zeppelin, thanks. United 312.
So cabin pressure at flight level 310 in a Generation 2 or Generation 2 Plus Vision
November
Jet
4 Sierra Whiskey,
is
contact
going
center
to be 8,000 feet cabin altitude with differential pressure showing about 6.7. That's looking good.
37, descend to maintain level 350.
I switched over to the left tank, so it's time to switch it back to auto. Currently, we're indicating 178 knots, 179 knots indicated airspeed. True airspeed, 299. See how close we get to 301. That's what ForeFlight predicted for us.
American 1617, contact Indy Center 132.52.
3252, American 1617.
Center Starwest 5518, flight level 270.
Yes, 5518, Indy Center, roger.
Alrighty. So now we're at 180 knots. That's giving us a true airspeed of 302.
American
303 now.
Clear Zuni.
And this gives us ground speed of 314 knots. And gives us about 34 minutes of flight time remaining.
American 12.
Weather definitely has improved at Neil Armstrong Airport.
Direct to Thrasher.
We'll check it again.
Direct to Thrasher, American 12.
Winds are calm, visibility is 10 miles, clear skies, temperature 19, dew point 17, altimeter 29.98 inches of mercury. Earlier this morning, the temperature and dew point were right at 17 each. And when they're that close together, or when they're identical, clearly there's going to be mist and fog. So that's exactly what was going on there. It was kind of overcast at 200 feet with 3/4 of a mile of visibility. And the criteria is below the landing minimums for the approaches at that airport. And in fact, probably most even precision approaches. So It seems like it was a prudent decision to wait on the ground at John Tune Airport and wait for better weather. So. It's been a nice day to fly. Air's been smooth, really no turbulence. Not really seen any pilot reports that would negatively affect us up there, but I'll tell you the weather to the south and east of Neil Armstrong Airport is low IFR, low ceilings still. That includes Indianapolis is showing 1/4 mile visibility in fog, overcast at 100 feet. So that's really tough to get in there. So hopefully that weather keeps moving to the east and does not come back over the top of Neil Armstrong Airport. Otherwise, we'll have to divert to somewhere else. Speaking of which, our fuel over destination now is showing really in the green zone. We're at 212 gallons. So we're looking really good. We'll certainly be burning some fuel on the way down, but that's looking real good. Current aircraft weight is 5,559 pounds. We can land this Vision Jet any weight below 5,550 pounds. So we're getting into the zone where we can make a landing with the current fuel load conditions. So that's looking good. And we still got 31 minutes of flight time remaining. So I really appreciate you guys coming along in these videos, and thanks for supporting the channel with the questions, comments, and feedback. I'll shut the cameras off for now and pick things up when we get a little closer to Neil Armstrong Airport. All right, welcome back.
American.
Just got our initial descent down to flight level 240, so we'll get that going.
627 Indy Center, roger.
Roll in 300 feet. Activate the auto throttle as well. 800 feet. And 1,200 feet. That'll be good for now.
November 2, November Sierra, contact Indy Center 124.77.
2477, 32 November Sierra, have a great day. Good morning, Indy Center, Vision Jet 32 November Sierra. We're out of 28.7 for flight level 240.
32 November Sierra, Center Roger, send to maintain level 230.
We'll keep the set going down to 230, 32 November Sierra.
November 32 November Sierra, contact Indy Center 119.55.
1955, 32 November Sierra, have a good day.
.557 Indy Center, roger. Number 4446, Twitter Susie.
Direct Susie, number 4446.
Indy Center, Vision Jet 32 November Sierra, we're out of 26.6 for flight level 230.
Number 2, correction, November 32 November Sierra, Indy Center, roger.
All right, we checked NOTAMs for Neil Armstrong. So I got Pappy's out for runway 26, and the fuel farm is showing NOTAMed out as well.
Center Southwest.
Where do you know about that?
3237 with you, 30.5 for flight level 300.
Southwest 3237 Indy Center, just to maintain follow 280.
And a flight level 280, Southwest 3237.
20 minutes ago there, winds were calm. Book altimeter was 2998. Clear below 12,000 feet.
Number 2 November Sierra, just to maintain follow 200.
We'll descend to 200, 32 November Sierra. Alrighty, should be landing in about 18 minutes.
Indy, good morning, American 451, flight level 280.
American 451 on the center rudder.
All right. Auto throttle's not doing the great job of managing speed, so we're going to go back to manual auto throttle versus FMS. We'll just set a slower airspeed.
American 557, contact Chicago, center 125.37.
2537, American 557.
All right, looking ahead here at our next destination.
250 knots, 2996, number 4446.
About 40 minutes ago, winds were 210 at 5, and this is in Greenville,
5665,
Greenville downtown in South Carolina.
Arrival landing southwest.
Winds were 210 at 5, visibility is 9 miles, a few clouds at 500, overcast at 2200. So it's improving down there, and the local altimeter is 3007.
November Sierra, descend to maintain 14,000, date and altimeter 2998.
2998 down to 14,000, 32 November Sierra.
Number 2, November Sierra, contact Indy Center 128.07.
2807, 32 November Sierra, have a great day. Good morning, Indy Center, Vision Jet 32 November Sierra, we're on 18.8 for flight, correction to 14,000.
November 32, November Sierra, Indy Center, the date and altimeter 2998.
998, 32 November Sierra. All right, coming up on transition.
Endeavor 5336, clear direct 4. November 2, November Sierra, contact Columbus approach now, 118.85.
1885, 32 November Sierra, have a good day.
Yeah.
Good morning, Columbus approach, Vision Jet 32 November Sierra. We're out of 16,000 for 14,000.
Date altimeter 2998, nice to have the weather on your approach west.
We do have weather notice for the field. We're going to take the RNAV from runway 8, and we tickets from XE if we get it. Alrighty. Does anybody know why this water is yellow? If you watched the previous video, you would know. But it's Celsius powdered beverage and emergency kind of what I drink in flight sometimes. So.
2 November Sierra, descend to maintain 10,000, 10,000.
Descend to maintain 10,000, 32 November Sierra.
NEFFEX Jet 769, we have the airport in sight, we can cancel IFR.
Jet 769, right, we're to service terminate, we'll see you guys on the way out.
And can we get you guys on 3355 on the ground there?
It says you can, but honestly, it's been many years since I've had anyone try, but give it a try and we'll see.
Do you have a phone number otherwise?
Yeah, I'll give you a backup phone number. It's 614-338-8537.
614-338-8537.
That's it.
Thanks.
No worries. 32 November Sierra, you're clear direct Oxby.
Direct Oxby, 32 November Sierra.
November Sierra, cross Oxby at or above 4,000, cleared the RNAV approach.
Okay, Oxby at 400 or 4,000 or above, clear for the RNAV 32 November Sierra.
Number 4322 Romeo, descend to maintain 3,000.
Descend 3,000 for 22 Romeo. They still figure 24 left secure.
I can give him a call and double check, but I just sat down here and the guy I got out told me, yeah, 24 left was kind of hard to use right now for the fog.
No worries.
All right, looks good. So we got a descent rate set of about 900 feet per minute. That gives us, at this current airspeed anyway, OXP at 4,000. Now on the approach plate it says 3,000 for OXP, but our clearance altitude is 4,000. So that's looking good. And we're about 26 miles out from OXP right now, so we'll keep the speed up.
32 November Sierra, this is VFR traffic out there that was a little lower about a while ago, but they climbed up to 4,500. So men, you're out to maintain 6,000. I'll get you by them and then re-clear you.
All right, we'll stop the descent at 6,000, 32 November Sierra.
32 November Sierra, that traffic right now is about 11:30 and 4 miles, altitude indicating 4,500 type unknown.
We have my TCAS, we'll see if we can pick them up. Thanks, 32 November Sierra.
November 32 November Sierra, that traffic moved off to the west end now, across Oxby at about 3,000, cleared the RNAV 8 approach.
We're across Oxby at 3,000, above clear the RNAV 8, 32 November Sierra.
132 Lima Tango, we got to go over the NOTAMs with you guys now individually, so just to double check, I'm showing 3 of them there. The frequency has changed from 2272 to, well, that's what it's changed to, 2272, and then there's 2 obstruction tower light nodes. You guys have those 3?
Affirmative, we do have those 3, 2 Lima Tango, thank you.
Thank you.
So now we got descent rate set at 1,000 feet per minute. It gives us our altitude.
Yeah, 4290
intercept arc
29908. Expect
right
the
at OXP at 3,000. That's looking pretty good. We're going to start slowing down to 180, so we'll get the first notch of flaps in.
24 right, unless you guys want something different. You can do 24 left, but it doesn't close for another 45 minutes. It's top of the hour it closes. Sounds good. Flighting 260, intercept the 24 left localizer for the ILS, descend and maintain 3,000. One 32 Lima Tango, descend upon discretion, maintain 3,000.
3,000, Lima Tango.
Definitely pretty country up here. Lots of farmlands and rural Americana.
32 November Sierra, change to advisory frequency is approved. I have for termination this frequency air, remote frequency or flight service frequency on the ground. You guys have a good day.
I'll tell you what, we'll cancel IFR at this time for 32 November Sierra.
32 November Sierra, radar services terminate. We'll see you guys on the way out.
Sounds good. Do you want me to stay on the code?
Whatever's easiest for you guys works for me.
Sounds good. We'll stay on the code and change the advisory. Have a great one. We'll talk to you on the way out.
Vertical track.
See you guys.
Kenneville traffic, Dakota 17 uniform, last downwind 10, Kenneville.
Armstrong traffic, Vision Jet 32 November Sierra, we're on a 3,600 current, about 15 miles to the south. West of the field, setting up for the straight in runway 8. Neil Armstrong traffic.
Knoxville traffic down to 272 Lima, left crosswind. Traffic down to 926 Lima, left base, runway 23, copy.
Alrighty. There's OXP 3000.
Kenneville traffic, Dakota 17 uniform, last base 10, Kenneville.
Alright, 180 flaps, 50 speed checks.
Kenneville traffic, Dakota 17 uniform, final for runway 10, power off 180.
corner here. There we go. Good. Armstrong traffic, Vision Jet 32 number Cirrus on a 8-mile final, runway 8. Armstrong traffic, be full stop. Flight slopes alive.
Knoxville traffic, Dakota 70 uniform, left base, runway 10.
Recheck, gear coming in.
Left downwind, runway 18, white side traffic.
Good. And we'll wait for 114 to get flaps full. There we go, flaps going full. Armstrong traffic, Vision Jet 32 number Cirrus, 5-mile final, runway 8, full stop. Armstrong. Autopilot disconnect. Alright, 3 green. Pressurization looks good. We're fully configured. Clear to land. Land light is on. Armstrong traffic, Vision Jet 32 number Cirrus on our 2-mile final, runway 8, full stop. Armstrong. Yep, 25 to 30% power usually works pretty good for final approach fix inbound, fully configured. PREFs at 85 as normal. Shows landing weight's going to be 52.99, so we're in good shape there. Continuing. Armstrong traffic, Vision Jet 32 number Cirrus, short final.
500.
8, full stop. Armstrong.
Minimums.
All right, continuing. What a cool looking small town. Schools and churches and businesses and homes, brick buildings. Transition to the visual. Well, really appreciate you guys coming along in this video. Until next time, safe flying. We'll see you on the next flight. Armstrong traffic, Vision Jet 32 number Cirrus, taxi into the FBO. Clear of all runways. Armstrong traffic.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Click on the notification bell so you'll be the first to be notified when new video content is posted. And I can't thank you enough for your questions, comments, and feedback. Until next time, safe flight, and we'll see you on the next flight.